Hey, Rideshare Commando here. I promised you one video per day, and I'm gonna stick to it, even though my allergies are killing me. Seriously, my allergies are beating me like I stole something. But let me tell you about something you need to pay attention to. Alright, brake danger. So, your brakes have a built-in system. So, when you start braking a little bit, you'll hear a high-pitched noise, a high-pitched squeal, if you will, or a whine. And what that's telling you is your brake pads are so low that this little pin that they put in there to make that noise is being touched. That means you need to change your brake pads immediately. Now, here's what happened to mine. I went to, is it Les Schwab? Yeah. I went to Les Schwab because they do free inspections, right? And they told me about a month and a half, 2 months ago, when I heard squealing when I started backing up but nowhere else, that my brakes were perfectly fine. Well, they were wrong. They said, oh, you have plenty of life on your brake pads. They were wrong. I don't think they ever checked it. And I'm going to be, making certain calls in the not too distant future about it. But what ended up happening is my brake pads were going metal to metal. So my brake pads in the past day, they went from whining to just grinding, no noise. And I thought I had, at least a couple days. But no, within one day, I got the whine yesterday, and then by the end of today, boom, done. And that metal on metal means your brake pads are gone. And your caliper is rubbing up against your disc. And what that does is that gouges your disc. So now when you change your brake pads, it's not just the pads. You have to change your whole disc. And you could end up ruining your calipers. And guess what that's going to cost you? At least $800 to fix. Why? Because mechanics, they're, they mark up ridiculous amounts. And they'll lie their asses off to you. Seriously, they'll lie their asses off. They're like car salesmen, car repairmen, car salesmen. They're all just crooks. I mean, there's very few that are not crooks. So where we're sitting at now is I am going to change my own brake pads and I'm going to change my own discs. Why? Because it's not that difficult to do. Look up YouTube. They've got instructional videos, just basic guides. The one I watched was 12 minutes and the other one was 15. It's not that hard to do. Okay, there might be other problems if you let things go too long, or if you let things rub down too far. In that case, take it to, I hate to say it, but take it to Les Schwab. They'll inspect for free, and if they don't, I think it's Maeki or something like that. There are other places that will inspect your brakes for free. Get that done. I mean, if it's free, have somebody check it out and get a second opinion. Yes, you're going to have to wait in line for like an hour or 2 hours. But it's better to be safe than sorry, because the last thing you want is your brakes to go out. When I was 16, my master cylinder, it cracked, and I lost all pressure to my brakes. I ended up rear-ending a girl from my high school, and not in a good way. She was driving a truck, and boom, 40 miles an hour right into the back of her as she was slowing down. And I had no brakes whatsoever. I was grinding my heel into the floor. You could even see the marks where my heel was grinding into the carpet. And I couldn't stop. You don't want that to happen to you. Thankfully, I was 16 and she had a nice truck. Had, operative word. So when it comes to your brakes, don't play around. Go to AutoZone or go to O'Reilly's. You can get, AutoZone is cheaper. For, I think it's $28 on my vehicle, which is a Ford Fusion 2010. I ended up getting front brake pads and for $26 rear brake pads. But when you get brake pads, don't go for the organic cheap ones. Do not get those. Go for the mixed metal ones, or if you can afford it and if you want to get something that's going to last you a long time, get ceramics. Ceramics are the best ones you can get. Anyway, I hope this has helped you. Don't be afraid to do it yourself, okay? Yeah, it might take a little bit of time. You jack something up, you have to get a certain bolt. take off your tires, and then you take off the 2 bolts and then replace. Okay, it's not that hard. You should be doing it every few months, meaning like every 2 to 3 oil changes. You know, check your brakes or have somebody check them for you. Anyway, Rideshare Commando, be sure to subscribe. I need to get some rest because this Zyrtec is kicking in.